Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're cracking open the ultimate playbook for mastering the booming 2026 AI training market. If you've been wondering exactly how people are turning remote AI feedback tasks into, well, a highly lucrative career, you are in the exact right place. Seriously, get ready because we're going to take you from absolute zero to absolute hero in the AI training space. Let's get right into it.
Let's kick things off with a number that's probably going to make you do a double take. Over $100. That is the top hourly rate currently being paid out to remote AI trainers in 2026. And this isn't some theoretical best-case scenario stuff. This is what the top tier of experts are actively earning right now on the right platforms with the right skill sets.
And this brilliantly illustrates the true ceiling, which is honestly what's most exciting here. $8,000. That's the maximum monthly income a dedicated, full-time expert can realistically generate by leveraging these platforms the right way. So yeah, this is no longer just some casual weekend side hustle. It's a full-blown, legitimate remote career path for folks who know how to navigate it.
Now, seeing those huge numbers is great and all, but it naturally begs the question, right? So how do you actually get in on this? Like, how do you go from literally just opening up your laptop to hitting those premium pay tiers? Well, you're in luck because we've mapped out a very clear, highly structured roadmap to help you get exactly there.
Here's the roadmap for today. 1. The AI training boom. 2. Meet the top 3. 3. Match your skill set. 4. Climbing the pay ladder. And finally, 5. Scaling your monthly income.
Okay, let's dive into this with Section 1, the AI training boom and why human feedback is absolute gold.
To put this into perspective, the landscape right now in 2026 is just staggering. Global AI investment is expected to blow past $500 billion. And as a direct result of that massive cash injection, the demand for human trainers has literally tripled. You might be wondering why? Well, it's simple. Artificial intelligence desperately needs high-quality human feedback just to survive and improve. Every single major AI lab out there is in a dead sprint to refine their large language models, and they need millions of human-labeled data points to actually pull it off. This massive feedback loop has created an unprecedented, highly paid remote job market where, get this, no traditional degree is even required for a ton of these roles.
Let's move on to Section 2, meet the top 3, or as we like to call them, the 2026 Core Trio.
Consider this matrix your ultimate cheat sheet for the 2026 ecosystem. On the left, we've got Mercor. This one's your heavy hitter, paying out the highest rates at over $100 an hour. But it does come with a pretty high entry barrier. You actually have to pass a live technical interview to get in, and it's heavily focused on STEM and coding. Right in the middle is Aligner. This one caps out around $75 an hour, has a medium entry barrier involving some writing samples and quizzes, and it's honestly perfect for domain experts. Think writers, lawyers, doctors. And finally, on the right, data annotation. The top rate here is closer to $50 an hour, but it boasts the lowest entry barrier, just a simple qualification quiz. Plus, it offers a ridiculously high daily task volume for your more generalist tasks.
Which brings us to Section 3, match your skill set, which is all about finding your perfect starting point.
Let's compare two totally different paths here just to show you that there really is a place for everyone in this space. If you're on the beginner path, data annotation is absolutely your starting line. You don't need to know a single line of code. You can start literally today with high-volume tasks like text ranking, image labeling, or even just conversation rating. That's going to build you some really consistent daily earnings, usually hovering between $15 and $25 an hour. Now, contrast that with the STEM professional path over on Mercor. This route requires verified programming skills. We're talking Python, JavaScript, R, or Julia. Over there, you're tackling advanced math proofs and scientific code review, which means you get to jump straight into those premium hourly rates that can easily hit $80 to $100 an hour right off the bat.
So the crucial point is right here. The absolute smartest strategy is not to just pick one platform and settle. No, you need to apply to all three simultaneously. Why? Because the real top earners in this industry, they don't just sit around relying on a single queue of tasks. They stack platforms. This way, they can just seamlessly rotate to whichever one happens to have the highest paying tasks available on any given day. Doing this completely eliminates downtime and really smooths out that income volatility.
All right, let's jump into Section 4. Climbing the pay ladder. This is your zero to hero playbook.
Okay, so here is your exact step-by-step onboarding flow. First, you'll pick a platform based on your skills. Then, you'll tackle the screening test. And pay really close attention to this part. Your score on that initial screening immediately dictates your starting pay tier, so take it seriously.
Once you're in, focus entirely on quality over speed for your very first tasks, because they use those to run hidden calibration checks on you. And finally, once you're fully approved and crushing it, that's when you scale your profile across the other platforms.
Let's move on and see how this builds, because this directly impacts your wallet over time. Sticking with these platforms and keeping those approval ratings sky high leads to some massive pay bumps. At the entry level, you're looking at maybe $15 to $40 an hour. But as you hit mid-level, which usually takes about 3 to 6 months of proven experience, boom, you're bumped up to $25 to $75 an hour. And finally, at the expert level, where you've got verified credentials and just a completely spotless track record, you enter that elite $50 to over $100 an hour bracket. The platform algorithms literally automatically promote you based on your consistency. It's awesome.
But how do you actually hit that expert level? Well, you do it by unlocking niche tasks. Take red teaming, for example. This is a super premium task type where you are deliberately trying to break AI models. You're basically throwing crazy edge case prompts at the AI to test its safety and logic boundaries. It's highly specialized, it is incredibly fascinating work, and because it is so vital for the safety of AI in general, it is paid extremely well, especially on a platform like Merkur.
And then we have adversarial prompting. This goes even a step further. Here, you are actively pushing an AI model to generate incorrect or even totally unsafe responses. Doing this requires a really deep technical understanding of how the model behaves under the hood. Mastering complex evaluations like this, or tasks that involve long-horizon reasoning, is exactly the secret sauce that separates the $15 an hour generalists from the $100 an hour verified experts.
Moving on to our final segment, Section 5, Scaling Your Monthly Income. This is the final boss strategy.
Okay, if you really want to scale to the top and maximize this thing, here are the pro-tip monetization strategies the actual experts use. First, like we mentioned, stack all 3 platforms so you literally never have downtime. Next up, timing is absolutely everything. You want to be working during peak hours. That's usually 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on weekdays, because that's when the queues are just loaded with fresh, high-paying batches. Oh, and you want a real insider tip? The true experts use lightweight automation tools like N8N to send themselves instant notifications the exact second a high-paying task drops. Beyond that, actively leverage the built-in referral programs on all 3 platforms for some sweet passive income on the side. And finally, look, none of this matters if you don't maintain a 95% or higher approval rating. That metric is the literal key to keeping your premium access, for sure.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how it grounds everything we've talked about into a super realistic, totally achievable 90-day timeline. In month 1, expect to earn somewhere between $300 and $800. You're basically just learning the ropes and building up your foundational approval ratings. But by month 2, your efficiency naturally improves, you start getting access to higher complexity batches, and your earnings jump to the $800 to $1,500 range. Then, by month 3, your rock-solid ratings unlock mid-tier tasks across multiple platforms, scaling your income to anywhere from $1,500 to over $3,000. That right there is the turning point, where this transforms into a highly significant income stream.
And for those of you pushing to the absolute limit, here is the ultimate milestone, the $8,000 a month goal. To hit this, you're going to need to achieve expert tier status on at least 2 of the platforms we talked about. You'll need some compounding referral income running quietly in the background, and most importantly, you need to secure direct long-term contracts. Actually, that's something Merkur uniquely facilitates for their top performers, which lets you bypass the standard queues entirely. It completely proves that when you treat this seriously, it is a highly lucrative remote career, not just a gig.
The infrastructure is all there, the pay rates are completely unprecedented, and the AI arms race, it's only speeding up from here. So the only question left for you is, will you secure your spot in the 2026 AI training boom today, or are you going to get left behind waiting in the queue? The platforms are open right now. I really hope this explainer gave you exactly the tools you need to get out there and get started. Go, match your skills, start building that reputation, and go get your piece of the pie.